Okay, so we've already seen the main motor part, and now we're looking at this back half. Okay, and this is actually the base cover, and we got a couple of things to take care of. We got a little seal right here. You can see the gasket surface. It really didn't stick to it. It's not that great. There's a couple of weird marks. So I want to clean this up. What I'm going to probably do is take either a diamond or it's like maybe 6 or 1,000 grit paper on a precision flat block, and because this does have burrs and stuff, and I don't want to go at it with a file because it'll chew it up. This is just soft aluminum, so I'm going to go at it with a relatively soft abrasive, just to take off these burrs on this gasket surface. Okay, and then we've got some seals. We've got a seal here. We've got that seal right there. And again, it's not leaking, but I got it this far apart. I'm going to replace that seal. Okay, and then we got this seal right here. Also wasn't leaking, but I've got it this far apart. I'm doing the gasket. I'm going to do the seal. Okay, last thing here. We take this guy here and look right here. Okay, these guys, and yeah, I loosened it up. And I want to do a one-hander. So we can take this off. Alright, we take that out, and there's that O-ring right there. Okay, also wasn't leaking. And again, the shaft's right here, not going anywhere. Wasn't leaking. But I'm going to, I bought all the seals for this bottom of the motor. As a matter of fact, I also bought the O-rings for the dipstick tube, top and bottom. So pretty much every sealing surface down here. The oil filter, of course, has its own brand new seal, so that's not a big deal. We already threw the oil filter away, and we've got a brand new oil filter to go with it. So coming up next, I'm going to cycle out this seal, and this seal, and make sure I deburr those gasket surfaces. And then I'll come back and deburr the gasket surface on the motor, and then I can start putting it back together. Okay. All right. Before I start cleaning this up, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but it's real easy to see right there. You can see where that gasket displaced, because this is where the blowout was, right here. Oil was just gushing right out of here, and you can see the print of where the gasket wasn't properly loaded up. My guess is somebody just ran a bolt down through there. I don't know if that was a service. It looked like maybe this motor has been apart before, but it's so clean. So who knows? Maybe it was done that way at the factory. Either that or the bolts just loosened up, but this just blew out. And I don't know if maybe crankcase vacuum, reverse blow-by or something. So, and this is going to be easy to take out, by the way, as far as the seal. We got a clip here and a clip here, and then the whole thing just slides right out. You take those two clips out. So you see a little mark here. It's almost like just somebody dressed it. Probably somebody dressed another one, but a little mark there. That's fingernail. And I can catch these little nicks here and there. Who knows? Maybe that's manufacturing. Maybe they blow these things together. So we got plenty of nicks and burrs along the gasket surface. These edges are sharp, and unfortunately they're sticking up in spots. Right there, that's a nasty one, and over there, that's a nasty one. I can't get my fingernail past it. So again, I'm going to want to dress this gasket surface with a flat block and a really high grade sandpaper, a little WD-40, just to, I'm going to have a block of steel, a very, very flat block of steel, like a precision flat, wrapped in sandpaper, or a diamond block. I have some diamond blocks too. I'll figure it out. And a little WD-40, and just dress these over. So I'm not going to take any material away. I'm just going to knock the burrs off. Okay, after I clean off the gasket material that's stuck to this. Hardly any gasket material stuck to this cover. But I'll clean that all up and then knock out the seals, and we'll go to town. And yeah, there's a shaft right there. I'll pull it out before this goes back on. That way this shaft and the pump impeller will be out of the cover when it goes back on the motor. And of course we'll make sure that the governor shaft is properly set. And of course you got to look here. So it's going to turn this way, and we want it all the way up against that governor and lock out the throttle assembly at full bore. But I'll show you how that is. This is a very dangerous part of this motor. If you put this in wrong and tighten it up, the governor will grenade. All the parts will fly around inside this crankcase. And an hour or two later, the motor will blow. So we're going to keep that from happening by making sure we put it back together the right way. All right. So we got that pretty much all cleaned up. All these nicks and stuff are clear. So it's not so bad. We've got this guy apart here. You can see the clips and the seals are over there. And this actually, just to show you how this comes out, just slides out just so. And you got this guy over here. And they just slip out. No gooning necessary. It's obviously a little harder for me to do one-handed, but that just slips right out. And then that one, and this does not come straight up. Okay, it's cut off center so that this tower is captive to this. That just slides out just nice and easy. You turn the governor shaft upright. Okay, and that's already been cleaned up with a Scotch-Brite. Okay, now when I pull this apart, there's actually two seals. Okay, which this is not uncommon. I've seen a lot of recommendations to back up the seal. So what I'm going to do with a new seal, I'm going to take one of these old seals and just put it back behind it. The nicest one. I'll get a magnifying glass or something. You can see the block didn't really do much damage to that. These are all kind of taking the edge off. And again, that's just a flat drill gauge. And it's flat within a couple of thou. So, maybe a thou. Probably better than that. So this is machine flat, and it works out well. And actually, run a straight edge across this just to check these gasket surfaces. Put a light behind it. All right, and I've set up a little light there. Got a stare at 18. Okay, we can just come down here and run along it. What we're doing is looking for light behind. And she looks pretty good. There's no light. Okay, take a look over here. There's no light. She's nice. And then I'm going to come back up here. We'll take a look down here. She's good. Take a look over here. Right down at the edge. And there's no light there. No light. So, all of these surfaces check out nice with the straight. So it's not, there's no wang it, and Again, you know, I could bring up the light here and you could see the light come through if I pick up the straight edge, but that's good. So she passes the straight edge test, and all these burrs are gone. So, and again, we don't have the governor in right now. We'll put the seal in here and flip it over. The seal's out on the bottom. We'll just knock that out with a drift. It just popped right out. So I'll put the back shaft seal in, and the other one. It'll come back. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I've got the seal mounted in there. You can see that here. I'm going to set this aside. Okay, I've got the seal. I know, doubled them up, and there's oil in there. Okay, and I put one of the old seals in there, and the new seals on the outside and the right direction. Now that new Briggs seal is a improved seal, so it's slightly different. It's got a much bigger lip on it, and the lip goes in. So there you go. That's the improved seal for the Vanguard Twin. So I'm going to take this guy, get him staged up. That's ready to go. I get a little oil from the Eagle. Get here and down here, just a bit. There we go. All right, we're gonna just drop it right in here, nice and slick like. Whoop, hold on. Now I gotta back off this one here. Don't mind the green stuff. It's just a little grease. Ah. Hold on. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. Up and over. There we go. So now, slide it in. Nice and easy. Okay. Now, put this in here. Nice and easy. Rotate this up. Put this in here. Nice and easy. Got a washer there too. Come on. Don't want to hurt the seal. Just ever so gently. She'll just slide right in as long as those two are in place properly. There we go. And she just went right in. Nice and easy as you please. There we go. And you can see the snap clip rings are in place. Okay. She turns a little firmly. Of course, it's a brand new seal. Oop. I dropped it. Okay. Framing jackass. Okay. So we get that clip in there. Well, all right. How about this one down here? Okay, now I'm going to have to use a pair of pliers or something like that. We'll take a look at the seal end here. And you can see that looks fine. It seals just down inside there. Alright, so I'm going to get a pair of pliers and do that. Oh man, thank God I'm filming this. Alright. Who caught and who started yelling at the screen saying, "You're doing it wrong"? I was doing it wrong. This one goes in there just like that. This one doesn't. This one goes the other way. Dum 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 dum. So this does not thrust against that washer. That's why that washer's there. Okay, we got to slide this back up. Ah,